life doesn't really feel real. Suddenly remembering things. What is that? Memory? That's like a movie where I'm playing myself.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2025 comedy drama J. Kelly. The film is co-written and directed by Noah Baumbach and it stars George Clooney, Adam Sandler, Laura Dern and Emily Mortimer. Now the film follows George Clooney's character, J. Kelly, who is an aging actor that he feels he's come to a real crossroads in his life. He feels like he's completely lost touch with reality. He's feels like he's losing his daughters, and he wants to basically have some time to reconnect with the world, with the public, with his family. However, Adam Sandler's character, Ron, is his manager and has been his manager for about 30 years. They've gone through thick and thin together. J. Kelly is obviously a big star now. And Adam Sandler's Ron will do kind of anything to protect him. He's got a big movie lined up for him that he has promised that J. Kelly will participate in. J. Kelly doesn't want to do it. He just wants this time to reconnect with the world. So he heads off across Europe to Italy to this award ceremony where he is being honoured. And along the way, he hopes to kind of reconnect with himself. Right. What are my thoughts on J. Kelly? Well, I was interested in this film for two reasons, really. Very simply, it's Adam Sandler and George Clooney. Adam Sandler, I will generally watch everything that he does. I was a big fan of his comedy when I was younger, but he, in my opinion, has proven time and time again that he's also an excellent actor when he's given the opportunity. And this is another one of those opportunities where he is allowed to be something other than this slapstick comedy actor. And he doesn't disappoint. Sandler's very good in this, but essentially he is the side character here. The main attraction here and the main character is George Clooney as J. Kelly. It almost feels biographical in many ways of George Clooney's life and career. I'm sure it isn't. I'm sure he hasn't experienced many of the things that J. Kelly has experienced, other than maybe the fame. But I would imagine this was a character that he, probably could relate to quite easily. And with his charm and charisma, he pulls off the part really, really well. J. Kelly as a character is, in some ways, incredibly frustrating at times, but in other ways, very heartfelt and lonely as a character. So you kind of want to look after him. You want the best for him, but other times as well you want to kind of chuck things at him because he's so, I don't know if pretentious is the right word, maybe lost, and maybe he has been in this guinea pig wheel of fame and Hollywood for so long now. He's forgotten what it's like to be a real person, and that's what he wants now so desperately. He wants to be a real person. He wants to be able to, just sit down and have conversations with people. And I think the film projects that really, really well. The obvious difficulties that people in his position as an actor, as famous as George Clooney or this J. Kelly character, probably struggle with, and some cope with it better than others. That is definitely true. So we're kind of along for the journey with J. Kelly here, and some of the best scenes I found in this, and which surprised me because I'm not generally a big fan of flashback scenes, but there are many scenes in this film with him reflecting back on his life, his early life as an actor, and it's him kind of watching his own life, as he's reminiscing. And I just thought it was a really pleasant way to depict it. his life and career, that he mapped out for himself, because he really kind of looked into acting, this J. Kelly. He kind of went to an audition with a friend and kind of asked if he could audition as well. They said yes, they really liked him, and that was his first big role, and it went from there. But his friend who he went to the audition with, never got anything. You know what I mean? He didn't turn out to be an actor at all, and so there was a real bitterness there with this character that you kind of see at the beginning of the film. That's part of the reason why J. Kelly is reflecting on his life. Did I steal this guy's opportunity? Do I deserve to be where I am? So it balances all this, some quite heavy subject matter, self-reflection and, all this kind of stuff. But it does it in a way that never really feels like it's a handful to watch or anything. Sometimes you'll watch dramas that are all, character related and stuff, and they can be a bit, it's sometimes like eating, a bowl of rice. It's never ending and it's a bit dull and a bit dry. But like I say, the film and the performance from George Clooney and Adam Sandler kind of keep things light. And while this is described as a comedy drama, it is not what you would describe as, the kind of laugh out loud comedy that you might expect. It isn't that kind of comedy. It's more, there's moments in the film where there's lightness. There's moments in the film where there's like things said that are quite funny. There's moments in the film where there's situations that he gets himself into that are quite amusing, sort of thing. But beyond that, it is just a pleasant film. It's not a film that I think's for everybody. I think the pacing will probably not be up everybody's alley. It is, at the very core of it, really just a smart character piece, really, and like holding the mirror up to Hollywood, sort of thing, as to how it can affect people's lives or that sort of thing. But it's not what I would describe maybe as like essential viewing. Like, recent films that I've seen, like I Swear, I would describe that as essential viewing because it's just so bloody good and unforgettable. This is very pleasant. It's on Netflix. I don't imagine many people are going to watch this and kind of think, well, I didn't enjoy that at all. It's a very casual, nice film to watch, but it's not one of those that's going to imprint on your memory long term or anything like that. But great chemistry between Clooney and Sandler. They work really well together on screen. But it really is George Clooney's film, in my opinion. So that's my thoughts on J. Kelly. Let me know if you've seen the film, your thoughts on it. And I'll see you back with plenty more content on the channel very, very soon.